Hey there, friend. I'm so glad you're here today. I am so excited about this dessert I'm about to share with you. I don't know how you feel about celebrating Valentine's Day out, but sometimes we just like to stay in and avoid the crowd. But when we do that, I still want to make it special at home. This recipe can up your game with the dessert if you want to do something a little extra special. Today, I'm going to be making mini cheesecakes. Now, I know the whole idea of the springform pan may just intimidate you, but today we're going to ditch the springform pan and break out the muffin tin. We're going to make classic from scratch cheesecakes that you can share with the special someone or someone's in your home. And if you're looking for more ideas, this video just happens to be a collaboration with Mary Catherine's Table. She just happens to be my sister, much older by the way, but she's a great cook, and she's making a chocolate torte. It's also gluten-free, so if you need an idea like that, go check out her channel and her video. And if you heard about me from her channel, thank you so much for coming. My name's Laura, and I hope you'll make yourself at home while I make some mini cheesecakes. There are two primary components to a classic cheesecake, the first one being the classic graham cracker crust. I need 1.5 cups of finely crushed graham crackers. So I take 1 whole sleeve plus 2 additional whole crackers, and I put them in the food processor and I crush those up. If you don't have a food processor, you can always do this by taking your graham crackers and putting them in a Ziploc bag and then use a rolling pin to crush them up. That is not a problem. I have done that several times before. Once the graham crackers are crushed, I add 4 tablespoons of sugar and 1/4 cup of melted butter. Once I get those in the food processor, I mix it all together. I just turn it on for a few seconds and get it all blended. If your graham cracker crumbs resemble something kind of like coarse sand, you'll know you've got it right. So then you're ready to put the graham cracker crumbs into each cupcake liner. So I put a heaping tablespoon in each of these. At this point, I took a flat bottomed glass. I have a small juice glass that was just the perfect size, and I just go into each one and press down firmly, and that's going to help your graham cracker crumbs get nice and compact and stay together in the baking process. And now that I'm finished with this, I'm ready to move on to the filling. I have 2 blocks of softened cream cheese, and that is critical to this. You don't want it to be cold at all. You want it to be completely room temperature when you turn your mixer on, and you just want to turn this on and let it mix away for a couple minutes at least. This just gives the cream cheese a chance to get nice and aerated and fluffy, and that's exactly what you want before you start adding in all of your other ingredients. After a couple minutes, I like to come in and check my mixture and just take a spatula and give it a good scrape down like you see there. I tend to get a little bit along the sides and the bottom of my bowl usually, and so this just makes sure we get it all incorporated good. So then I turn it back on and mix for another minute or so. Now I'm going to go in with most of the rest of my ingredients. I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup flour, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm just going to mix it for another minute or two before we add anything else. After I gave it another scrape down on the sides and mixed it for a few more seconds, I was ready to add my next ingredient. You have 2 eggs, and you're going to go in with each one separately. So you crack one at a time and add it in, mix it and get it all incorporated before you add the second egg. Once you get the second egg in, you just let it mix for another minute or so and you have your filling ready. At this point, I got my muffin tin with my crusts and I am ready to scoop the filling into each one. So I just took a half cup measuring cup and that was the perfect size, and I just start scooping into each one. And what you want to do, you really want to fill it up to about the top. You want it pretty level with the top of your cupcake liners. Now, I don't show on camera, but I actually ended up with 15 total. So once I got these 12 finished off, I had some extra graham cracker crust and filling, and I ended up getting a total of 15, so that was nice. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees, so it's ready when I finish this up. And the final step you're going to see me doing right here is I'm going to tap this on the counter to get all the air out of it. And now you're ready to pop it in the oven. So as you can see, I'm actually placing these on a cookie sheet. And now you see me pouring hot steaming water onto that cookie sheet. This is a critical step, and this is going to keep your cheesecakes from cracking. I think sometimes that may be a component that intimidates people as well with cheesecake, but that's going to do the trick. And after making sure you don't have any jiggly centers, mine baked for 22 minutes and were just perfect. And I have a gorgeous pan of mini cheesecakes. I'm going to show you this part of the process just so you see how I get these out of the pan. You let them cool off for just a little bit until the point that you can actually handle them. They're not still hot, but obviously they're not chilled and firm yet. So you go in with a spoon and just very gently lift up on the side. And if you just take this part nice and slow, you shouldn't have any trouble with it at all. And once you get all of them removed, they just need to chill in the refrigerator really for several hours. 3 to 4 hours in the refrigerator is really ideal. Now let's talk toppings. I'm going to make a homemade whipping cream for mine, but I love all kinds of things. You can top with chocolate or caramel or any kind of cookie crumble that you like. I love a good ganache, and if you want to know how to make a ganache, which by the way, they are not complicated, go check out Mary Catherine's Table and her video that we are collaborating with. She's actually making ganache as part of that. But for now, I'm going to go with homemade whipping cream and the classic strawberry. You can top it with all kinds of fresh fruit or compotes. You can open a can of pie filling. Those make great toppings for cheesecakes. But a homemade whipping cream is very simple. I chilled my bowl and my beaters for 15 minutes in the freezer, and then I start with half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Once that gets to a nice soft peak, I add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and I mix a little bit more. At this stage, you want to take it until stiff peaks are formed. You want to be very careful at this stage not to overmix. If you do, it will start to curdle and actually turn into butter. And there's no salvaging at that point. But just stick with it and pay attention to it. And once you get stiff peaks, just like you see there, you are ready for your whipping cream to go with whatever you want. Okay, the time has arrived. The cheesecakes have been cooling for several hours now, and it is time to taste them. Okay, I have the cheesecake with the homemade whipped cream and a strawberry that I have cut and fanned out. So I'm going to try a bite of the cheesecake first, and then we'll get a bite of a little bit of everything. Mm. That is so good. Just your classic cheesecake. That is so hard to beat. Okay. Mm. Wow. Homemade whipped topping is the best. That's incredible. I really hope you'll make these. I could finish this all right now on camera, but I'm going to restrain myself and put this plate down for just a minute. I hope you will see just how simple these really are and you give it a try yourself. Let me know if you do and let me know how you like it. And don't forget to go check out Mary Catherine's table and find her recipe for her chocolate torte. I think you're going to love that one too. If you're not already subscribed, I hope you'll do that now. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, now I'm going to finish this. Mm. Mm. So good.